Kir is said to be buried on Friday at his home in Mogondo, that is in Narok County, following last Saturday's tragic plane crash that claimed his life and that of 5 others. Now, a funeral planning committee announced that memorial service for Ngeno and the other victims will be held in Nairobi on Wednesday and Thursday. In addition to ceremonies in Narok County, President William Ruto visited the late MP's residence in Karen to condole with his family, expressing grief and over the loss. In a statement, the president confirmed that the government will cover the burial cost for the other victims of the crash, ensuring support for the affected families during this difficult time. Take a look.
I know what Ngeno stood for, and I know how difficult it is for the residents and the people of Emurua Degir. I know how difficult it is for the family, because Ngeno did an extraordinary job as a member of parliament and as a leader. Housing was one of the most difficult assignments that I have undertaken as president. It has tested my resilience as a person. Today, housing is the most consequential undertaking of this administration. Johanna Ngeno will have a special place in housing. All the people who accompanied Ngeno, including the pilot, we will extend government support to all of them. And we will oversee all the requirements that are needed for their decent interment and burial.
Beginning on Wednesday, we are going to have a requiem mass for all of them, that is for all of them, except the captain, which the family are still requesting that for some time. So Ngeno and his team, the 4 of them, we are going to have a requiem mass at AGC Karen. Thereafter, we shall be able to take the bodies to Narok, where we are going to have a joint mass for all of them again. And after that, we shall now be able to do different burials in their various homes.
All right, moving on to some other sad story. 2 people have died and another sustained injuries following a serious road accident early today along the Adi River stretch in Machakos County. Eyewitnesses reported that 2 lorries collided head-on with one vehicle, catching fire immediately after the impact of the crash triggered a massive traffic jam that lasted over 5 hours, affecting commuters heading to Nairobi and beyond. And according to onlookers, the lorry was struck from behind while traveling towards Nairobi, intensifying the severity of the collision. Drivers at the scene criticized delays in emergency response, citing slow assistance after the incident. Machakos County Police Commander Monica Kimani urged motorists to exercise extra caution on the roads, particularly on high-risk stretches, while authorities have launched an official investigation into the crash.
Kumekuweko na ulegevu mwingi, na tungeliomba serikali kwamba waweze kutia bidii na kuona kwamba hata wanaweka vituo ambazo wakati ajali kama hizi zinaweza tokea, kunaweza kuwa na ile kuokoa maisha kwa haraka ama response ya haraka, na ili tuweze kuokoa maisha.
Katika hiyo harakati, mmoja sijui ni gari ilimshinda kudhibiti ama ilikuwa shida ni nini, ndio akakwaruza mwenzake. Sasa ile impact, katika harakati ile impact, mwenzake akalala pande ile ya kushoto, pande ile ya kulia, huyo mwenzake gari ikapata moto. Kwa hivi sasa gari zenyewe zote mbili, mmoja dereva ameokolewa, lakini hii mwingine watu wawili, ilikuwa na watu wawili na wameungua ndani.
All right, our condolences to the bereaved families and friends. Moving on, President William Ruto has directed the Ministry of Roads and Transport to install surveillance cameras in all major cities within a month to fast-track the enforcement of instant fines for traffic offenders. Speaking at State House, Nairobi on Monday, when members of the National Council on the Administration of Justice presented a report on traffic accidents and fatalities, the President said that delayed installation of CCTV systems had slowed implementation of the instant fines program President Ruto said that Kenya records more than 4,000 road fatalities annually, with deaths rising to 5,009, an increase of 261 compared to 2024. Now, he added that road accidents cost the economy an estimated 450 billion Kenya shillings each year, equivalent to 5% of the GDP. Now, during the 2025 festive season alone, 415 deaths were recorded, a 23% increase from the previous year. To address the crisis, the president announced plans to amend the Traffic Act to introduce instant fines, demerit points systems for driving licenses, standardized driver training and licensing. The reforms will also fast-track the National Council on the Administration of Justice Bill.
To decisively confront these challenges, the report sets out a comprehensive package of reforms that we must urgently give priority to stem the continued loss of life and injuries in our roads. First, on legal and policy reform, the report proposes that we amend the Traffic Act to respond to emerging risks. Key measures include the introduction of instant fines and a demerit point system for driving licenses, the standardization of driver training and licensing, and the fast-tracking of the National Council of Administration of Justice Bill. I think that's what the Chief Justice was saying, that it's now time that we have the NCAJ with its own statute that would help us coordinate better the actions of the different actors in this space. Second, on digital transformation, the report recommends the establishment of an integrated e-transport and traffic case management system, linking all relevant agencies. It also calls for the scaling up of automated ticketing, expanded deployment of CCTV and speed cameras, and the creation of a secure digital evidence management framework. Third, on police and integrity reforms, the report recommends the deployment of body-worn cameras for traffic officers, strengthened continuous vetting and integrity testing, enhanced anti-bribery mechanisms, and improved welfare, supervision, and working conditions for enforcement officers. Priority actions for non-justice sector agencies include fast-tracking the identification of black spots, particularly along the Northern Corridor and the Mombasa-Nairobi Highway. The report further calls for the adoption of safety by design principles in all new road projects and the expansion of pedestrian walkways, crossings, and dual carriageways. Why haven't we rolled out the cameras on our roads? You know, it is just as simple as that. We have a new guy at NTSA. I hope he's here. Yes, we have this new guy at NTSA. It is my position, Waziri, that within the shortest time possible, let us roll out the cameras.
All right, moving on, transport activities along the busy Nairobi-Naivasha highway were temporarily disrupted after residents of Mutunyora village in Magumu ward staged protest opposing the conversion of a public parcel of land into a cemetery. Now, the demonstrators accused authorities of misleading them over the intended use of the land, which they claim had initially been earmarked for development projects such as a university. And according to the residents, they were later shocked to learn that the same parcel of land had allegedly been allocated for burial purposes, a move they strongly oppose. The protesters insisted that the land located within Kinangop constituency should be preserved for projects that promote economic growth and create opportunities for the local youth. Residents further stated that the property had previously been owned by a timber company and that once its lease were already expired.
Na kitu tulikuwa tumeambiwa tunawekewa hapa ni university. imekuja sasa waweki university wanatuletea watu wenye wamekufa, na ndio maana tunataka kuwatoa kwa mashimo tuwalete kwa barabara. Ndio shamba yetu itumike vizuri, tuwekewe either modern market ama tuletee kitu kama university ama kitu kama tourism, ya tutakubali, lakini hatutakubali watuzikie wazungu hapa.
Sisi tungeletoa maendeleo kama polytechnics, university, stadiums, vitu kama hizo hatugetokea. Then in front of the kwa gate ya county yetu ndio tunaletewa vitu kama hizo.
Hawezi kutuletea maiti kutoka sehemu mbalimbali ya nchi ati wawe huku ndio wanakuja kuzika maiti. Hiyo jambo tumelikataa, na ndio sababu tumekuja kuwaunga hawa waandamanaji mkono ndio tusiletewe maiti katika kaunti yetu ya Nyandarua. Tulikuwa na mkataba na serikali ya kaunti, ama gavana wetu alikuwa ame-engage mwenye shamba ndio tuhusie sisi wa kaunti tugawia maskwota hawa shamba, na hiyo ingine ifanywe sehemu ya biashara katika eneo letu la Magumu na eneo lote la Nyandarua. Kwa hivyo hii jambo hatutakubaliana nayo, kwa sababu sio jambo nzuri kuletewa maiti ati tuwe tunazika hapa.
I have got express instructions from the governor, and he has also instructed the county attorney to move to court with the speed that is required, so that we get exhumation order, so that those bodies are exhumed and buried elsewhere. Otherwise, our Anjiko have said over their dead body they will not accept their land to be a cemetery.
Itakuwaje shamba, prime shamba inachukuliwa inawekwa kaburi instead ya kutengenezwa industrial parks ama itengenezwe a university? In fact, tuko na university moja katika Nyandarua County. So tunaitisha mwenye shamba acha kutuwekea makaburi, atengeneza industrial park ama atengeneza airstrip, kama sivyo atujengee na university. Ikishindikana sana auzie county government shamba, ifanye projects ambazo zitanufaa ward na ziendeleze county ya Nyandarua.
All right, moving on, government spokesperson Isaac Maura has issued a warning to Kenyans living and working in areas affected by ongoing conflicts in the Central East African region. Speaking in Nairobi, Maura urged citizens to avoid high-risk zones, limit non-essential travel, and remain vigilant at all times. He further advised using official embassy contact numbers and designated channels to access assistance if needed. The government emphasized its commitment to protecting all Kenyans abroad.
Our country remains very committed to international peace and democracy, and that is why His Excellency the President has issued a statement calling on all of the parties that are involved in the whole conflict that is going on to use the various mechanisms, the multilateral platforms, to de-escalate the violence. But at the same time, as you may be aware, already all Kenyans who are in those areas that are affected by the existing conflict in the Middle East are advised to avoid any place that there is conflict, to reduce movement, and also to take care of themselves and use the numbers that have been provided across various platforms to reach out to our embassies. The government remains very committed to ensuring the safety of all of Kenyans who are, working or studying or going about their business in the very many places that are affected, by this conflict that is now going on.
Right, President William Ruto has strongly condemned recent attacks targeting the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Oman, Kuwait, Jordan, and Bahrain, describing the escalating conflict in the Middle East as a serious threat to regional peace. Speaking on the matter, President William Ruto emphasized that the intensifying hostilities pose significant risks to the stability and called for restraint among all parties involved. Meanwhile, Ali Golampo, Iran's ambassador to Kenya, addressed the media in Nairobi, assuring that Iran will not target U.S. military installations in the country. He defended Iran's actions in the region, stating that the strikes against Arab monarchies were a form of self-defense against U.S. and Israeli activities, which he claimed led to the death of Iranian leader Ali Khamenei.
But now that it has been imposed, the world will witness once again what the Iranian nation is capable of when its dignity, its sovereignty, and its leaders are attacked. The armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran, inspired by the heroic legacy of this ancient land and relying on trust in Almighty God, will defend the dignity and security of the Iranian nation with determination and all their might.
Now, ahead of planned visit by opposition coalition leaders to Meru County on Tuesday, Deputy President Kindiki has cautioned political rivals against using derogatory language in criticizing the government. Speaking at Kagorman Market, that is in Meru, after inspecting construction works at a new 1 billion Kenya shillings level 6 health facility, Kindiki expressed confidence in countering attempts by predecessors to sway the electorate in the Mount Kenya against President William Ruto ahead of preparations for the 2027 elections. Now, the new health center is expected to provide specialized services, including complex surgeries, cancer treatment, and kidney care. Once operational, it will reduce travel time for patients from 6 counties who currently must journey to Nairobi to access such services.
Mimi nasikia kuna watu wana safari hapa sijui siku gani. Nyinyi nani? Wewe nani? Wewe nani? Wewe nani? Ukifika hapa kuja na heshima bwana. Wewe kuja na heshima. Usikuja na madharau. Usikuja na kiherehere. Usikuja na kimbelembele. Sisi hapa hatupendi madharau. Na sisi hatuna shida na mtu yeyote. Bora ukuja na heshima. Useme mambo yako alafu kwende. Kwa sababu sisi sio watu ya fujo. Lakini hiyo madharau ukiendelea nayo, ukikataa kuachana na hiyo tabia ya matusi, wewe tutakuaibisha bwana. Wewe nani wewe? Wewe nani? Wewe nani? Niseme nisiseme?
Right, moving on, more than 2,000 students from lower-income families in Webuye West constituency, that is in Bungoma County, have received official school uniforms, bringing smiles to pupils and parents alike. Local education stakeholders described the initiative as a key step in supporting education following a recent uniform crisis in which some head teachers and suppliers were accused of inflating prices and exploiting parents through the program. Although the program targets students from grade 1 to grade 6, ensuring that children can attend school without the stigma of lacking proper attire, parents have applauded the move, emphasizing that it will help the students focus on learning rather than worrying about uniforms.
Jambo hili tulizingatia kwa darasa la kwanza hadi la 6 kwa sababu there is a transition. Ukifika grade 6 kuna transition ya kwenda kwa shule nyingine, so ndiposa tukaconcentrate from grade 1 to grade 6 because from there hizo uniform, hizo sare hazitakuwa na maana. Lakini jambo la muhimu sana, ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kuwashukuru walimu wetu na stakeholders wote ambao wameunganika kwa hii kazi ili kufanikisha mpango huu.
Na vile tumekuwa tukitembea katika shule, tuliona kwamba wanafunzi wako katika hali tete sana upande wa mavazi. That's why Mheshimiwa Wasu hapa hivi akaamua kwamba avalishe watoto 2,000 zaidi ya 2,500 uniform. Ukiona kuna mashule kadhaa ambazo zimekuja hapa siku ya leo, na tumekuja tu tuhakikishe kwamba watoto wetu wanapata heshima wakati ambao panavaa nguo wakienda shule.
Kwa niaba ya walimu na wazazi, nataka kushukuru Mheshimiwa kukumbuka hawa wanafunzi. Ni wanafunzi wa umri mdogo sana, na ni jambo ambalo hawatasahau maishani mwao. Ni jambo ambalo litafanya hawa wanafunzi wakae shuleni kusoma kama wanafunzi wengine, kwa sababu walimu walikuwa wanagagua wanafunzi ambao wanatoka kwa familia ambazo hazijiwezi. Ukiangalia nguo ambazo wanafunzi walikuja nazo hapa asubuhi zilikuwa zimeraruka, lakini saizi wanafunzi wamevalishwa nguo rasmi za shule zao.
Right now, construction of a modern twin tower hospital complex at the Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital is gaining momentum in a landmark 1 billion Kenya shillings expansion project set to elevate the facility to a level 6 national teaching and referral hospital. In the new complex, will introduce highly specialized medical services, including delicate surgical procedures, cancer treatment, and kidney care services that are currently only accessible in Nairobi-based level 6 facilities once completed. Now, the upgrade is expected to significantly reduce address the financial and logistical burden faced by residents of Meru and neighboring counties, including the Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Isiolo, Marsabit, and Laikipia, now who have long been forced to travel to the capital for the critical and chronic illnesses treatment. During an inspection tour to the ongoing construction works, Meru County Governor Mutuma Medingia called on contractors to expedite the project while maintaining high quality standards to ensure timely completion.
As you are aware, the government has decided to upgrade this hospital, and we have already started the process of aligning the facilities and the processes and the human resource capacity of this hospital so that it can be assessed and upgraded from the current level 5 to level 6. As you are aware, level 6 is a national teaching and referral hospital, and it is therefore going to be the same level with the other level 6 hospitals we have in the country, like Kenyatta National Hospital, like KU Teaching and Referral Hospital, like Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, and this hospital will continue serving even better the residents of Meru County, Tharaka Nithi County, some from Embu County, this side of Runyenjes, Isiolo, Laikipia, some from Marsabit. I'm told they come here, especially for those who have critical illnesses. So we are looking at a facility that is serving 5-6 counties, and we are going to work hard and implement the directive of His Excellency the President, that this hospital be upgraded in terms of facilities, in terms of procedures, in terms of human resource, so that it can be elevated by the Kenya Medical and Dentist Practitioners Council to become the new level 6 in this region. The residents of this region will have no reason to travel to Nairobi or to travel elsewhere for any kind of treatment.
Right, now let's get sporty, and Edwin Kipto delivered a composed performance to clinch the division title at a fourth leg of the 2026 NCBA Golf Series held at the historic Mombasa Golf Club over the weekend. Playing off handicap 11, Kipto carded an impressive 72 nets to edge out Shell Dodia. Also handicap 11, who returned 73 nets. Peter Kimanga, handicap 11, completed the division podium contested category. Now in the division B, Martin Irongo, handicap 15, emerged victorious after posting 71 nets, winning on the counterback ahead of Sam Muraya, who recorded a similar score. Johnson Morioki, handicap 18, secured third place with 77 nets. Division C produced standout performance with Rana Umair, handicap 25, claiming victory with 64 points. Joseph Kitema, handicap 27, followed with 67 points, while Cole James Ndongo, handicap 19, placed third on 69th point. The best gross award went to Gabax Singh, playing off handicap 2, who returned an 83 gross score to underline his consistency at the coast leg.
Agreement is that we shall run what's called a federated model. We shall continue to operate as we do. We'll take what is positive from Nedbank, and they'll take what is positive from us. And what is positive from us is that we care about our customers. What is positive from us is that we make our decisions quickly and locally, and from people who understand your business. And that, I can promise you, will continue. It's a commitment that we have made. Okay? So don't you worry about what's going to happen with Nedbank. Those things are happening a bit above. As far as you're concerned as a customer, you shall continue to deal with the same relationship managers, the same managers of relationship managers, and of course, Charlie and James gossip the way that you are always done. So you get the same people you've always gotten.
So we have a lot of our corporate customers here today. Some use us a lot or bank with us, others less so. But it's our way of showing an appreciation for the many, many, many years of relationship that we've had with them. And we hope that they enjoy it as much as they get to meet new people, make new contacts hopefully, and hopefully cement the relationship between us in more than just a banker to customer relationship, but more at a human level. I think because it's a very universal type game, so your abilities don't define whether you can play or not. And initially it was very much a men's sport, and I suppose in business that's true. But NCBA has been promoting very hard the youth activity and also the ladies' activities. So if anyone gets to see this, we hope very much that the ladies and the youth will continue to prosper in that, because it's a very inclusive sport. We hope that in the many locations that we are, the customers from those locations will turn up, and maybe some future customers will also turn up. The series has gained, as you said, national.
The White Will Honor nationwide campaign aimed at elevating badminton into a competitive national and international sport has officially kicked off in Nanyuki Town, Laikipia County. The initiative was launched through the inaugural Boom and Drive Badminton CSR Tournament 2026, which attracted approximately 70 players from 6 counties across the central Nairobi and Rift Valley regions. Organizers say the tournament is not only a competitive sporting event, but also a youth mentorship platform designed to nurture emerging talents and inspire the next generation.
Excited today to be here. Boom and Drive, I think, is a safe haven for me because apart from just being a sponsor, I am a player. This is my keep fit and my release, my stress relief place. The reason as to Faha we decided to partner with Boom and Drive is because the court is in our locality. So this is part of our CSR, and seeing that this is a platform for young people to basically showcase their talent, to also see that there is something else that they can do that probably can bring them an income. So we decided to partner with them so that we can give hope to our young people. That is the sole reason why we are here, and we would want to popularize badminton as well, not only for people who are high-end, but for everybody, and especially our youth, to know that there's a game like this and it is being played internationally, and they can come here and they will basically get better and they can be able to compete internationally.
Main objective is to enjoy the benefits of sports, to give the youth a platform to showcase their talents and also their professional prowess, because of course they will interact with the business leaders here and the community leaders, who will be able to know their strengths and maybe possibly even create networks to get jobs. To the businesses as well, business people, corporates, entities are also meeting people in their sectors and across various sectors, and they're exchanging contacts and starting to build new networks. Basically, that is what brings us together here. We have 7 teams, and we have a total of 10 players in every team. So we have about 70 players. Yet we have spectators somewhere in the tunes of slightly above 100 of them. We were expecting about 200 total participants. We may surpass or slightly fall short of it. We came up with a schedule showing distributing on a set proportion. There is the prize winner money. The prize money for the singles is 40,000, and the prize money for the team event is 98,000 for the winners. From far and wide, we have players from Eldoret, we have players from Embu, we have players from Thika, from Nairobi.
Well, it is exactly 29 minutes past the top of the hour. You're now up to speed. That's making headlines from across 47 counties and, of course, across borders, and as well as in the world of sports. I was joined by Laura Omondi on the sign language interpretation desk. My name is Martin Macharia. Do yourself a lovely night. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. And as always, let's do this again when God says we do.